Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Swing Trading Newsletter from LiveTraders. Here we go. What a day in the market. Take a look at it, and market finally broke out. This is not a real tick. It does show up here, however, on my other platforms, it does not show up. So this is definitely not a real tick. So we consolidated in this area nicely, and now we have broken out on a nice volume here as well. And take a look at it right over here. You see VWAP sitting at 116.78, and that's where we stop right at the VWAP. So interesting market nonetheless. Very bullish. Also, look at the monthly chart here. We started off right here, consolidated in all of 2016 into this range, and finally broke out with the wide range green bar, which is a igniting bar, and this is a monthly breakout happening right here. Weekly chart also very bullish. Now, yes, maybe we are extended a little bit on the weekly chart, but nonetheless, new highs in the NASDAQ. We've been talking about the S&P. S&P also consolidated in this area. We talked about whether it's going to break down or break out. Well, it tried to break down once, twice, thrice, then all three times we put a bottoming tail here. Told us that buyers are not ready to give up. They're not ready to throw the red flag, and finally we broke out. So that's a breakout. The index that is extremely bullish was IWM, because IWM did try to break down here. However, held support, and now it's moving up. Going back to the Qs, and we've been talking about this 21 period moving average. Now we're pretty far out from 21 period moving average on the Qs, the way it rallied, but look at the spiders here, and we're starting to close this distance between the moving averages, and IWM is right at the 21 period moving average. Bounce once, twice, and Friday we broke out with the volume as well. So uh, what's next for as far as the upcoming week? Well, IWM recently broke out. I think we can go back and retest the highs set at right into this area about 130. Let's just call it 129. What's the high here is 129.10, and if you take a look at what we have done here from Fib's standpoint, that's the highest point, and we start from the highest point, we go down to the lowest point, and right here, I just wanted to highlight this. I just want to highlight some of the key areas from a Fib standpoint, and see where we stand. And here we go. So these are the areas that I really want to highlight. So you've got 38.2, you've got 100% retracement sitting right over here. So I mean right into this area, and you see what's happening here. Now if I were to same thing here, from low to high, and you can see what's going on. So next level is definitely here, even from the Fibs retracement as well. That's 1.382. So that is the level that we are all looking for, and that's looks like that's going to be the area where the prices will move. Now this is what was support, what was resistance becomes support here, right into this area, and now we're looking at this area. So this market still has some room to go, and that's where we look to see if we can pick up some opportunities. I will look at the Let's look at the sectors here. XLE energy, nice bounce in energy, holding this area. We talked about this in a previous newsletter. So this trend line, really nice support here. This trend line, and really every time it touched, it moved sharply higher, and you're seeing the same here. A weekly chart is staying in uptrend here as well. So XLE, but really XLF that broke out on Friday, and that's what really gave the market a good pop. And XLF is telling us that this is not over yet. Banks had a great rally on Friday. All the banks popped here. Bank of America looks really good here. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs has room to move up, and Goldman Sachs was trading at $220, so this is a nice retracement on Goldman. You've sitting right on to kind of a level one support area on Goldman Sachs. So there's some buying opportunities here in Goldman Sachs above this area. Goldman Sachs, like around about 170, Goldman Sachs can really get going. It stopped about 150 if you want to make a long-term trade here on the Goldman. Weekly flagging here as well. So Goldman is very bullish here with look what's happening here on Goldman. So this is going to be one of my candidate for bull call spread, and we'll talk more about it. How are we gonna tackle the Goldman Sachs? But XLF starting to look really good. Bonds finally gave up. Finally gave up. Don't have any more energy to fight, and looks like we're going to retest this area in the bonds, which will bode well for the market, right? So you break this area in bonds. Once we break this area in bonds right into this area, then next area is probably 134, and that's gonna help the market move higher significantly. Same thing here in same thing in gold. Gold was a bearish gap down, and looks like from the hourly chart, the gold is looking about 126 to close the gap. And like I said, this is I've been talking about this area in the gold is the critical area 125, and I think we can see 120 in the gold. If not lower into 116, and that's going to bode well for the market. So for short term, markets remains bullish. If one thing that I do like here, just to hedge some of the longs, I like a long here on VIX at 10.05 with the stop right around 9.25, and just let this play out. So just a hedge play that I do like from the VIX. IBB also very, very nice consolidation. If you guys remember, we talked about IBB right here, then we talked about IBB right here, and now you're looking at IBB 40 points later. So congratulations. I know 3 of you that IM me or PM me, and 1 of you actually emailed me with the nice healthy gains here from your account. So congratulations. I personally missed the move. I know I've been super busy with mentorship, uh, being in New York and preparing for the mentorship. So I actually missed the trade. So congratulations to those that have traded this and traded nicely. So question was, is it time to take profit on this trade? So I'm going to just answer here. I think this becomes your reference point here. 285 in the IBB. You have nice profits now. So let the profits run here, and let this trade work out for you. So nonetheless, congratulations, great trade here. I'm gonna take a look at a couple of names here, and then we're gonna go into our portfolio and see how our swing trading newsletter portfolio is working out. But before I say that, congratulations those of you who held Square. That's my new strategy going into the earnings, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, because was once this broke out, we held it into earning, and first thing in the morning we took profits at 12.20. And what was the high here? I believe it was 12.30 something. The high was 12.28, and we took out 12.20, and we had like stock was traded here for quite a bit in 12.20 area, so everyone had an opportunity to get out. So congratulations. I know one trader for sure got out in pre-market, and it traded as high as 1247 in pre-market. So congrats. It is looking very bullish on the hourly chart. Could be a buy setup and move higher. So Square is looking pretty good here in the pre-market as far as the buy setup. So congratulations here. Couple things that I really like going into next week. Triple D that I'm watching here above this area. Triple D is getting interesting here. $12 will be your guide here as far as a stop. KHC, this thing gap opened right here, sold off. Nice pullback on the hourly chart. As long as it holds here, could set up as a long into Monday. LGF, this is a bullish chart. If we take out this area, we gap open, moved right into resistance. We sold off for the rest of the day above this area right here at 2130, I believe it is, as I was scanning and doing some, yeah, 2130, yeah, that's about right, 2130. I would call it 2130. Probably, you know what, I would probably do 2150. I'd like to give up 10-15 cents, and rather have a secure entry, because you can really use $20 as a guide here in LGF, and that can produce. Local 1403 is the level to watch in local. High was 1437. I really like this area in local, about 1403. That's a nice area in local. So this can really have some. It looks like this can also go. Lulu is one of my favorites going into next week. I like this consolidation on Lulu. Lulu has a nice short interest. I really like this chart above 78 bucks, and stop could be, could be probably 76. Can get away with a 76 stop. So Lulu had a nice rally here. It looks like it's going to have another run into the earnings as well. NTLA, that's another one that I like. This is a new issue here above this area on NTLA. Bring up the weekly chart here for you guys. Let me close this. If I can just get this. All right, so let's just do this. Let me just keep this as a daily. So right into this area, NTLA. So 2037, 2050 area right here, 2050. Got to put a stop, pretty nice stop, but then this came back the way it came down. That's the way it's going to go back up. So 26 bucks. It looks like the first target here on NTLA. So it can really have a rally. Ruby Tuesdays. That's my type B entry type of pattern. Long will be 995. I would just call it a 9. Let's just call it a 10 and put a stop under low of this candle, which will be 890. Give it another dime or so, and let's let it run. Let it run all the way. This thing can really go here, Ruby Tuesday. And now let's take a look at our portfolio. VIX, I've already